Fraction word problems. When reading word problems containing fractions, certain phrases can indicate the operation that you need to do in order to solve the word problem. These phrases can be addition, how much together. Now, this doesn't work all the time when you see addition, but sometimes. But pay attention to these key words. If it says, how far will she travel from home to the park? That's addition. Then to the library. Subtraction means how much more is needed. It could be a question. How much further than? How much is left? How bigger than? Those are some of the key words that's used in subtraction. Multiplication, times longer, the product of, a fraction of something. Those questions can be asked. Division, find the quotient. Divide into pieces. How many will fit? How many can be split from? Now here's a sample of a word problem I want you to try. And first of all, you write the essential numbers, the numbers that you need to solve the problem. Then you write down on your paper what operation, whether add, subtract, multiply, or divide the fractions, you will be using. In the recent student government elections, Larry received one-third, there's one-third right here, one-third of the votes for treasurer and 1 over 15, and Leah received 115 votes. Okay, sort of move the numbers moved. What fraction of the votes did both candidates earn? So they're looking at what fraction of the votes did both candidates earn. So let's see, what do you think the answer is? It is addition. You have to add them together. You add the one-third and the 15 and the 5 and one-third and the 1/15. They set it up going across. I would set it up. I think you've seen me set it up like this. I don't want to confuse anyone. So I'm just going to rewrite it the way I set it up. Remember when we did adding fractions? I set it up in a vertical terms, and I thought, what number can 15 divide into and 3 divide in evenly? And that number is 15. Then I told you to think, what number times 15 is 15? Here's 1, and multiply it top and bottom. What number times 3 is 15? Here's 5, and multiply it top and bottom. And that's basically what they did, but I think it's easier to see like this. So together they received 6/15, which reduces to 2/5 of the votes. One tree is 6 feet tall. Another one is 3 1/4 feet tall. How much taller is the larger of the two trees? Tell me, what operation do we use to solve this? And I'll give you a moment to work it out. Here we go, the solution. So you have 6 feet, you're going to subtract 3 1/4. So you see in red, 6 has been regrouped to 5 and 4/4. So we know that 4/4 means one whole thing. So you had to regroup the 6 so that it can be subtracted. So you have 1 from the 4 is 3. And then that's 3/4. And then subtract the whole numbers. 3, 5, 3 from 5 will give you 2. So the larger tree is 2 1/4 feet taller than the smaller one. Sean swam 2 1/3 miles at the swim team practice. If Becky swam 1 1/2 times as far as Sean, how many miles did Becky swim? Okay, what do you think? If Becky swam 1 1/2 times as far as Sean, how many miles did Becky swim? What are we doing? Try the problem. You're right. We are multiplying 1 1/2 times 2 1/3. So if you notice here, you always have to change the mixed numbers into improper, just like we just had the quiz. So that changed it to 7/3 times 3/2. You do not take the reciprocal of the second number because you're not dividing. This is multiplication. So you see how we found the common factors of the denominator and the numerator, and the common factors of 3 is 3. So I divided both numbers, 3's by 1, and you got 1. That's how I changed it to 1. And so I can multiply straight across, okay? And I would get 21/6, which is 3 3/6, and that's 3 1/2. So, but if I cross out the 3's, I would have 7/2, because if I would have canceled, and that would still give me 3 1/2 if I divide 2 into 7. Charlie works at a livery and uses a 60-pound bag of oats to feed the horses. If each horse gets 4/5 pounds of food, then how many horses can Charlie feed with one bag of oats? Try this problem, each of you. Yes, this is division. So you have to divide it up to see how many. So 60 divided by 4/5. So that's 60 over 1 divided by 4/5. This is where when you divide, you take the reciprocal or flip the second number. Just like the video states, keep, change, flip. Then multiply straight across as they did, and you have gotten 75. Or you could have cross canceled. If you would have cross canceled, you still would have gotten 75. When I say cross cancel, find the common factor of 4 and 60. And the common factor was 4. 4 divides 4 is 1. That's 15. Then you would have multiplied 15 times 5, and you still would have gotten 75. So one bag of oats can feed 75 horses.